Well, hello everybody. So I did a thing after kind of getting prompted by someone in Michael Keane's live stream at one point. He's actually watching a Police Academy marathon right now as I record this, by the way. I also have his shirt on. Might as well support other YouTubers who are already more successful than me, but who I like. It's a little cat. Okay, so, but the thing I did was I finally bought a region-free player. Now, I had a couple criteria for what I was looking for, and then I'll explain my reasons why. But I wanted one that played the 4K ultra high-def movies, that also played 3D Blu-Rays, and that obviously was region-free. So I was looking for something region-free, plays 3D Blu-Rays, and plays the 4K Ultra HD. And a couple reasons for this. And mainly it's because of some releases that are coming out that I wanted to be able to buy and enjoy. The first is I pre-ordered the giant Shout Factory box set of the Friday the 13th movies, and one of the, they're doing a new 3D version of Friday the 13th Part 3 in 3D, and my TV here, this 60-inch 4K LG television, has 3D capability. Like I have a little drawer here, and yeah, I've got the 3D glasses that, that came with the TV, so I can watch like regular that, and not just, the shitty anaglyph or whatever, red and blue ones. I bought a bunch of those too, because I have a couple of movies that have that type of 3D on them, including the current Friday the 13th Part 3 Blu-ray that I own, from the first 8 movies set for Paramount that had the bad cover. So I wanted that. Second is I wanted 4K anyway, because Ultra HD discs are sort of inherently region-free. They could add regional coding to them, but no one has decided to. So you can buy a 4K movie from pretty much anywhere in the world, and it'll work on any player, which is really cool. But usually, because a 4K movie file takes up so much space on a disc, any extras that go along with a 4K movie are going to be on just a Blu-ray disc, which itself is going to be region encoded. So, for instance, there is a giant $100 Dawn of the Dead, the original 1978 Dawn of the Dead, my favorite horror movie, my favorite classic horror movie, I guess, is getting a big UK Second Sight box set where it has like every version of the movie with a new 4K scan. It has like the soundtracks, or all the different soundtracks, like the Goblin soundtrack, the regular soundtrack. It's got like a hardcover book. It's all a bunch of bells and whistles. But all of the discs are 4K, which is fine if I just wanted to buy that. But the bonus disc that has a bunch of extras is Region B, and it's region locked. So I need a region-free player to play that. So I was looking for that. And also Crash, the Cronenberg movie that I'm a fan of, that most people don't like because it's weird. Criterion is releasing it for the US, or for North America, Region A, in December. But the Criterion hasn't jumped on the 4K bandwagon yet, for various reasons. I don't think they sell. I'm sure it's a much smaller market for Ultra HD discs than it is for just Blu-rays. But Arrow is releasing Crash in 4K with a bunch of cool extras in the UK. And it's pretty easy to get UK discs here, either through Amazon.co.uk or through Diabolic DVD, or Zavvi even. I think Zavvi's where the Dawn of the Disc one is being released from. So I wanted something that would encompass all of that so I can enjoy those future releases, and also because I do have some releases that fit into these categories that maybe there was a cool Best Buy Steelbook that had a 4K in it, but I bought it for the Blu-ray and for the Steelbook, and I've been doing nothing with a 4K disc, but stuff like that. So I'm going to test out this player with a couple discs I already own. The first is, it's a Region B release of All the Boys Love Mandy Lane. The movie itself on this is not region locked, but there is one single extra, which is an interview with Amber Heard, which is region locked. So I've never been able to watch that interview. I think it's on YouTube, so I think I've watched it before. But just for testing purposes, because I only actually own 2 Region B Blu-rays. And the reason I bought this is because the movie spent like 10 years or something not being released in the US, even though it got a theatrical release in the UK. So that's why I just bought it from the UK, because I wanted to watch it, and because I read reviews and was like, hey, it's region unlocked for the feature film at the very least. And then speaking of Amber Heard, the one 3D Blu-ray I currently own is Drive Angry, because it came with the regular Blu-ray as well. So as far as testing the 3D feature, I got this. And then for 4K, I actually have more 4K movies than I do from any of these because I've bought those previous sets. So I'm just going to test the Vinegar Syndrome Rad 4K, because why not? From what I've heard from most people is that the difference between Blu-ray and 4K isn't always that spectacular, so I don't plan to buy 4K for any movie I currently own on Blu-ray. If I have a DVD and I can upgrade and the 4K also comes with a Blu-ray disc with extra, sure, but if I already have the Blu-ray for a movie, I don't really see it necessary to upgrade to 4K from Blu-ray. I don't find the price is worth it for that. So for where do you get a region unlocked Blu-ray 4K player? Well, following this dude's advice, Michael Keen's advice, and because this company kept giving me advertisements anytime I would search for region-free stuff, there's a company called 220 Electronics, which apparently is, oh, hi Michael, which is located out of Illinois, and he said his worked fine, because I'm always sketchy about the region unlocked players, because there is no legitimate player that is region unlocked. People basically buy a legitimate player and then they hack it or mod it or do whatever they have to. I'm not very technologically savvy on that thing to make it unlocked. So I've always been a little sketchy because, if the player craps out or whatever, I mean, the warranty is gone. Though this company, 220 Electronics, offers its own, free 1-year warranty or whatever, and you can buy further warranties from that. So I figured, they had a legitimate website and they seemed to have good reviews as far as what they do, so I did that. So it's an LG UHD player. I've had good luck with LG stuff. I've had LG phones before. My television, which is a couple years old now, is LG. It works perfectly fine. LG used to be Gold Star. LG, I think, stands for Lucky Gold Star. And my first TV ever that I bought in second grade with communion money, back when I was still Catholic, was a Gold Star, and it lasted me fucking forever. So I tend to have good luck with that. And it was the only player I could find on the 220 Electronics site that checked all those boxes I was looking for. So that's why I went with that. Yeah, and when it came to me, it came in the regular factory box, but they obviously taped it up after they modded it, put it back in its original box. They gave me a free HDMI cord. I mean, I got plenty of HDMI cords lying around anyway. Yeah. And there was a little sheet with instructions about how to do the region stuff and all that fun stuff. And it seems like any region DVD, it automatically does. We have to put in certain buttons on there to switch the regions for the Blu-rays. Obviously 4K will just play regardless. So we're going to give it a little spin, and I'm going to test out these 3 things to make sure it works for the 3 extra things I did, because I still have down below here, I still have my PS4. I don't plan on upgrading to a PS5 right at launch. It's probably going to be, I didn't get my PS4 until a couple years into its life cycle, and I still have a bunch of games for it I haven't played because I don't play video games that often, so I'll keep on that for a while. So in case something goes wrong with this, I still have that for my regular Blu-rays and DVDs, but for this player, gave it the nice, I mean, you can't see it in here because it's too dark now, but it's over here. And yeah, let's test this puppy out. Let's try the region thing first. So I followed the instructions, which is basically to turn the player on, open the tray, put the disc in, press the number for the region, and then it'll reboot the screen, and then follow along. So let's see, if when I move to the extras, does it play the extra that would not play on a Region 1 player? Holy shit, it does. Alright, so well, okay then. So what do you know? So yes, I switched the region and it played the interview, because normally if I would play that on my on the PS4, for example, it would sort of click on the menu of the disc and then just replay the menu again. So all right, so I tested that out and that works. So I'm on the menu for Drive Angry, and the menu is in 3D, so the 3D Blu-ray player also works. If I try to put the 3D Blu-ray disc in the PS4, for example, it will basically say it's not compatible. And as you can probably see from what there, it looks a little like blurry, like when you'd take your glasses off at a 3D movie. So yeah, this also works with the television as well. I have my glasses on and everything. I'm pretty sure doing the glasses thing, I'm not sure how much that works in front of the camera there. But yeah, that's really cool. Alright, so I know the Friday the 13th Blu-ray will work. So I put in the 4K disc of Rad, and it's playing. I've muted it just so I don't get a copyright strike on the song. But yeah, so everything I've tested works. I don't know why I would have been expecting it to not to, but yeah. Yeah, so just looking at the 4K, just right off the bat, I don't see that many differences in that versus the Blu-ray on this older movie. I mean, I have some other newer movies like Infinity War and stuff where I can check. But it'll be interesting to test this out a little bit more. So yeah, it worked for everything I wanted it to work for, which, you know, I don't know why I'm surprised that it works as intended, or that it was as simple. I don't know why. I guess I should have jumped on this bandwagon a long time ago for the region-free stuff. I could have gotten so many other different cool editions of movies and stuff when they're not very good US editions of things. Yeah, I'll have to play around with it. I don't have a lot of 3D Blu-rays, and I'm actually one of those few people who does enjoy Blu-ray, hence I bought the Blu-ray capable TV that came with the glasses and everything. So I'll have to play around with that if there's more that are available. I think nobody's really buying the Blu-ray 3Ds anyway at this point, so they're probably pretty easy to pick up on the secondary market. But I'll play around with the 4Ks as well, because I just personally haven't noticed much difference in 4K. Like, if I stream something in 4K versus the Blu-ray, it doesn't seem to add that much to it. So I don't think Ultra HD stuff is things I'd buy in and of themselves unless they come in unless they come with the Blu-ray and there's extras, or maybe it's in a nice steelbook or something like Best Buy does a lot. But I don't know, maybe I'll give Ghostbusters 2 a spin on 4K, since the giant box set I have of not giant box set, it's a steelbook that has a bunch of discs in it, but the one I have of that, maybe I'll give Ghostbusters 2 a spin on 4K, or the original Ghostbusters in 4K, just to see if I notice any difference on the older movies. I have a feeling it might make some newer movies look better, but, you know, who knows. But yeah, so, 220 Electronics, they did what they said they would do. It's the player works as advertised, and it did play that interview I was not able to ever play before on that Region B release. So cool. Yeah. So if you're hesitant like me to jump on the region-free player bandwagon, you can't trust some of the sellers on eBay or Amazon. 220 Electronics came really fast. I think I ordered this on Thursday and I got it on Sunday, so shipping was free and it was FedEx. It had plenty of instructions. They give you an HDMI cable for free. It was packaged really well. So no complaints on this part, and it does what it's supposed to do, so sweet. Now I can get all those other releases I was talking about that I wanted, so yeah, I'm happy.